It's another original BW Sports 1 production.
Pew pew!
What is going on? What's going down around the town? That's right, folks. It's your favorite two Dukes right here at BWSPORTS1.com, the Dukes of Football, with our NFL Draft Recap 2023. Damon, the one, what is going on, my friend?
Man, not too much hot shit. I think my child just entered into the building because it sounds like a herd of elephants. It
And he's
is
just one.
one person.
Right, it's
So
just
no, man, everything is good, man. I'm chilling. Um, I've had a decent substitute of football when it comes to the XFL. What up, bro?
What's up?
what's
Say hi
up?
to the people.
There he is, little Zeke right there, mini Zeke.
No. Why do you keep comparing him to a damn cowboy? I
I'm
hate
not
it.
a cowboy.
Thank
I'm a
you.
Kansas City fan.
That's ridiculous.
Oh
It's
yeah,
not his
go
fault.
bye bye.
Yeah,
Cowboys suck.
I'm with you on that.
Not really
I'm with
Kansas
you.
City.
Yeah, we're with you on that.
All right, bye. He's doing his football workouts, getting ready for his last Pike Youth football season. So other than that, man, I'm chilling, bro. We're enjoying this. Well, what was I saying? Yes, the substitute of good football, the
Yes.
XFL. I am pleasantly surprised. It is not the Vince McMahon era. This is actually football, and I'm cool with it.
I was gonna say it is football. You know, you got the Rock running thing. Well, the face of it, I should say. He's definitely got some good people with him. Definitely got some good things going. And I mean, like you said, it's a good substitute for the off season of the NFL. Um, that's it, though. You know, that's it.
I don't know, man. I think some of the things in it, you know what I mean? We can ask the source here in a little bit, but I'm thinking like some of the stuff I'm cool with. Like I ain't got no problem with the kickoff. Put
No,
that in,
I like
put
that.
that in there. I'm good. I'm good with that. You know
I
what I'm
like
saying?
that.
But the extra point thing, I don't know yet.
Well, I mean, so they did get a bad rap, like you said. You know, the Vince McMahon era when it started, it was more of full entertainment, not football. Now it is turned to football more so than what it was. You know, you still got your entertainment. We'll get to that, will we? Maybe. But you know, the Rock, like I said, the Rock's got some good things going on for him for the XFL. It is a different football, but it's football.
Right. It's a lot better than what we've seen before as it comes to off-season substitute football.
Absolutely.
Which brings us to the USFL. They've had their chance. They just, you know, what I mean, I don't know. It's not exciting. Like there was a game on the other day, and we turned it on, and I was back to Food Network like almost immediately.
Didn't take long, did it?
No, not long at all. Not long at all. But yeah, it's been fun. So
Well,
yeah.
here we are. Football time again. The NFL
Well,
season is
kinda.
actually, well, it's actually upon us now. The 2023 season is in full swing now. You have the NFL draft that just passed, you know, and now, yes, it's still off season, but now the teams are really diving into their roster. You know, they're looking at every which way to gain a spot against the foe, gain a needed position filler. You know, every which way right now. They got to get down to what 53. So by September, it's going to be 53 players. They got I don't know, hundreds right now. They got practice squad all over the place. But, bringing these rookies in, you should already know that I'm pretty happy with what I saw. We'll get into that a little later. But, yeah, NFL, here we are.
Yeah. Oh, I've been meant to take that off. My bad. I'm tripping. Yeah. I don't know about full swing. I think it's the beginning of stuff. Like you still got your involuntary OTAs, people getting together, trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? So I'm just happy that we're actually to the point where we're not so much talking about where Aaron Rodgers is going to be. We're actually going to talk about what he can possibly do on the field. So,
right.
Yeah, among other issues, but yeah, so
lots of them.
Yeah.
Well, let's bring in our wonderful cowboy guest. He doesn't have a hat on, doesn't have the cowboy hat on, but you know what? I'm sure he's got his stirrups and tighties on. So welcome the source into the sports layer, the headquarters. What's happening, Matt?
You don't want my opinion on my Cowboys.
A little bit.
See, that's why we brought you on, because we had an Eagles perspective, we got a Steelers perspective. Combined, we kind of got a Colts perspective, but we needed to see what the Cowboys, was talking about. We know what Micah Parsons thought.
I gave Dan some news about Micah Parsons, and whatever.
What'd I say? Uh-huh.
He's not
coming
leaving.
to Philly, baby.
He's not moving back east. He's not moving back east. And if he does, Jerry World's going to burn.
It's going to be a mutiny. They're going to have a board meeting and vote him out.
You said about the XFL. I approve of the XFL, by the way. I was listening to you guys. I approve. And the extra point thing, love it. I absolutely love it. It's different.
Oh, it's different.
I love it.
No, I like it, but I don't know if that part of it is a transition to the NFL. Now I can see the kickoff being a transition to the NFL. You know what I mean? For one, because it brings back the excitement of the kickoff, and you have the percentages of injuries go further down with the type of less contact. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool.
The onside kick thing is pretty cool too. You go forward for 4th and 25 from your own 25-yard line or whatever. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like it. The XFL's got something going on.
I've seen it successful more than I have seen it unsuccessful. So,
this time around, yeah. Last time, no.
Totally different. Totally different sport now.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
What?
Let's hop into it. We got the college world. The college world got a little thing.
Not so much in the college world because it is the off season. The only thing that's really popping right now, because a lot of these kids is getting ready to transform into their graduation. They just had the draft. It's not a lot going on. They're getting ready to take finals. You know what I'm saying? These kids is getting ready to be home or start their off-season workouts. So the only thing that really popped in the last 6 months, 3 months or so has really been spring games. Mm-hmm. So it's not a whole bunch, but it is some things to look at. I mean, they're just really glorified scrimmages, but there's still things to look at of what's to come. So I don't know how much of those spring games you caught. The one that really stuck out to me was not the Michigan one, but it was the Colorado one, where they showed the spring game attendance from last year for the spring game attendance this year.
Who wouldn't want to go see Dion on the sidelines?
51 players apparently don't want to be seen on the sideline with him. So,
but he told them
their fault.
He told him. You knew some of the people. Like if you look at Colorado's last 5 years, it's not a good program. Not a good vibe around the program. So it was almost like one of those TV football programs. You know what I'm saying? It's just, dudes is taking shots and shooting dice in the locker room type vibe. You know what I mean? So I'm not surprised that 51, he told them coming in, hey, a lot of y'all ain't going to be here.
Yep. He set the parameters right then and there, and I like that about him. I mean, that's if you're going to set a program, that's the way to start it off. I mean, you're either with it or not, and if you're not, cool, there's the door.
The
Yeah,
only
no
thing,
hard feelings.
No,
the only thing that's going to suck about that though is everybody's going to judge him based on these first couple of years on whatever happens. But they need to give him a couple of years to get everything rolling, get the guys he needs in there, his recruits, all that stuff. I think they'll be all right with Dion. It's just his first year is going to look awful if they do really bad. They're like, oh, Dion's not that good of a coach. It's like, no, just he'll get it. He's smart. He'll get it.
I don't think Dion's going to even allow that narrative to even take place.
nah.
It's just
You don't want Stephen A and the boys to rally up. It might get ugly.
I mean, if they go one game over 500, I would call that a success compared to what we've seen over the past, like you said.
Yeah, if they go 500, I'll call it a success.
Yeah, from what they went to now, absolutely.
Everything's better than what they did last year.
I mean, 500 to get you a bowl game. So
No, yeah. Wow. Unfortunate truth there, folks.
I don't know. It might get you the Pac-12 championship game this upcoming year too.
Well,
hey, there's a good shot at that.
good point. Very good point.
It's like the rats is defecting from the shit.
That's going to be an interesting landscape there. Again, like you said, the Pac-12 is you got two of the biggest powerhouses moving out, like we talked about last season. UCLA, Southern Cal. Then you got the whole debacle
the Big Ten is going to be.
Oh man,
I can't say that. I'm glad I stopped myself. The Big Ten is going to be ridiculous.
I mean, and then you're going to have eventually, if not next year, in 2 years, there will be the Notre Dame Irish joining the Big Ten.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere else. That's the only one that makes sense for their school in a whole.
Yep. I mean, the ACC is diminishing. I say the big two in basketball will be the next two to move. I think, and that the whole college thing, it comes down to nowadays, in my mind, a big portion of it is the NIL deals. You got people jumping in the transfer portal, which okay, if I had it that way, why not? I'm gonna follow where I know I can market myself, and if it's even if it's
hey, I'm ready to drop a bomb on you about this NIL.
What's that? And
Jalen Rose was on to something when he said it. You think these NIL deals is going to get crazy with these players in college? They're not, because of the deals that the schools already have with endorsements. So
what
unless
does that
mean so that means that player, unless you get an NIL deal through the school, your personal NIL deals are going to be null and void, because if you say you go out and get an NIL deal with Reebok and you play at Michigan and this Jordan is their school sponsor, you're not going to be able to wear that NIL shit.
Okay, true, but you're
I
thinking
mean?
right here. Think farther. If I'm an athlete, if I'm a top performer athlete at the schools and all that, and I have the ability to transfer, and I'm not downing them nowadays. If like we've said it before, if coaches can do it in the midseason, whatnot, why can't players? Okay, I get it. But what I'm necessarily saying is not right now. Okay, maybe I can't get that deal with whatever. But if I'm going to go over here and they have Jordan or they have Nike or they have something over here that it's like, all right, they're set. I might be set if I make it, injury free, whatnot, blah, 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 through college. I'm going to be set when I turn. Well, as soon as I'm done with college, I'm going to have a deal with them and I'm going to be sitting pretty, rather than being at a lower tier team per se that doesn't have that much marketing ability compared to other bigger name schools. Now, when you go from school to school, I don't know.
I think if you go to the lower place, you have a more opportunity to get the sponsors, the NIL deal.
I agree with you
because you have all the local stuff
there
around. If you go to the bigger school, unless that actual sponsor or whatever for the school wants to give you an NIL deal, You know what I mean? Just because you go to school don't mean that makes you in the fast track line to be signed to Nike or Jordan later on. You got guys that play at Oklahoma that sign for Adidas. And you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't think
I'm not
that
saying
has
it's a
anything.
guarantee, but I think it's a mindset in kids' heads and maybe even parents' heads that, okay, hey, check this guy's out. They have these over here. Why don't you go over there and try to set yourself up for life? It's not a bad business move, but there's a lot of what ifs in that whole
I
transition.
tell you, man, your schools are going to be in control of it no matter what. Like you're not. The whole purpose of the NIL was for these kids to be able to make revenue off of their likeness. Can't
Some
do
people,
it if you know what I'm saying.
some people are abusing it.
Like as soon as they hit you with you're not gonna be able to do it. This is gonna change. They wouldn't just gonna freelance this all the way through. Eventually there was gonna be some parameters set. You know what I mean?
Just like there has been in the past.
Yeah. So they're gonna figure out a way to, control that money stream pro NCAA.
Well, so my whole thing with the NIL and the whole transfer portal thing, and I'm only going to use this because it happened to him. So Penn State got that. Do you remember Storm Duck that played at UNC? He was he was a freshman. He was a corner. He was going to end up being really a big stud or whatever. So he transferred out with his eligibility to Penn State, went to their spring game, got beat out, and then left and went to Louisville in a 3-month span.
Ouch.
Hey, I mean, I'm with you.
I get the purpose of it, but like, come on, dude. Like that's
I'm so 50-50 on the portal, and sometimes it's 60-40 flip-flop. Like I get it, but I think the portal is being used so wrong.
I agree.
So wrong.
But a lot of that's because of the NIL deal now too. The NIL deals. If you and I'm not your kid, you commit to Michigan. And they offer you an NIL deal that's $1.5 million, and then all of a sudden you're through your freshman year, and Alabama's like, "Hey, you know what? We could use you. Here's $2 million. You're going to leave."
Oh
you know what I mean, it sucks. It sucks. You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to
that's
throw
what
Michigan
Hunter
under the bus,
Dickinson's going through right now. That's what Hunter Dickinson's going through right now. You can't sit there and tell me honestly, bro, you're leaving at this point because you're trying to win the championship. All the schools that you're looking at is not championship contending teams. You know what I'm saying? Michigan doesn't do a whole lot of NIL deals as a school itself. So that's what you're really looking for. So let's be honest about it. Let's not kid the world, Hunter. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so enough of that. But yeah, listen to me. But yeah, the spring games. A couple teams look good. The one that was most exciting was Colorado. I did catch about 6 or 7 of them. Yeah, I did watch the Michigan one, but nothing exciting in the spring game. You didn't really see nothing. Quarterbacks can't be touched. It's just a free for all. So,
like you said, glorified scrimmage to make money.
Yeah, yeah.
Same thing.
So concessions. It's a concession prep game.
Yep.
I watched the Penn State one. It was nothing real exciting either in that one. All they talked about is you have Drew Allar and Bo Prabula going to battle it out for the starting quarterback position. Whoop-de-doo. There's our 15th practice of spring, and we're already having a QB controversy. Come on.
I'm having a brain fart. Notre Dame's quarterback, Sam Hartman. Okay, so you're hearing all this. Okay, oh, look what he did. Look what he did. What are you giving it any look at for at all? If you're not inside the organization, shut up. Hey, shut up. I can go out there during the spring game and throw 3 touchdowns. I mean, come on.
You could run for 3 too, and they're crowning you the Heisman Trophy winner right then and there.
Right there, he's the front runner in March.
He looks so good in his 15th practice.
Y'all know how I feel about way too early bullshit.
I got it on here for us just to say Dan doesn't like the way too early preseason polls.
Week 6. Week 6.
All right, let's keep it moving. So bigger news other than Rodgers finally ending up at the
Yeah, where'd
Jets.
he
Like,
go?
oh my
Where'd he go?
God.
Fondly.
Finally
Damn.
was Lamar Jackson.
Yep.
Surprised I am because,
Wholeheartedly.
bro, I thought that, he was going to sit out the whole year. I thought he was done in Baltimore. And I really did think OBJ had that much of effect on if that man stayed there in Baltimore or not. I'm completely surprised he's still there.
100% agree. I said earlier that I didn't think he was going to be playing. You know, y'all heard my conspiracy theory that he was going to end up in Miami. And not saying that's not going to happen down the road, but, you know, I may have been a year off. Wholeheartedly surprised by him and the Ravens making a deal. But it took my quarterback deal at Philadelphia to go through to actually finalize, I think, an actual number where he would agree to come down from where he was.
See, I think we had a conversation in the stream on this. And I do remember saying that market is never going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can raise the cap or whatever. That type of guaranteed money is not going to happen. Like, the owners got together and was like, really, Cleveland? Yeah. And if you see the moves of the quarterback that were signed after him, nobody got that deal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Lamar, you got a good deal. Like, you would have, like, you had a better deal offered on the table than you turned it down. And now you ended up with this one. Yeah, you're still the highest paid quarter player. You know what I'm saying? It's a little more team friendly. But, you know, I kind of think he settled a little bit. When you had him, you could have took a little more guaranteed. What, 30, 40 more million guaranteed? Sounds good to me. You know what I'm saying? But the fight to get with Deshaun Watson, no team was going to do that again. And you saw by all the quarterback moves that made, and yours just solidified that market was
That's
a one-time deal.
Yeah, that's the cap right there.
Yeah, that shit ain't happening.
The Deshaun Watson deal is never happening again. And if it does, I think that owner would be ousted as an owner.
Like the money overall, the revenue overall would have to jump up astronomically for them to start giving out baseball money like that in the NFL. Because that's baseball money. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And again, this is why there should be salary caps, because I don't think that there should be anybody getting $500 million for 5 years or something crazy like that.
Hey, but you know what I'm saying? Patrick got that shit, but then if you really dive into the contract, this is so team friendly, it's so spread out, it's so incentive driven. So you ain't just screaming like, oh my God, the Kansas City Chiefs paid him soccer money. No, they did not pay him soccer money.
Right. He's got to work for it.
They did the same with Jalen Hurts' contract, though. It is more team friendly so they can build around him. And the only problem with the Lamar Jackson contract is we don't really have the details on how friendly it is, because don't forget, they went out and got OBJ. And he never came out and said he wanted $20 million to play, but he's going to want $20 million to play.
Listen, OBJ is not getting $20 million.
No, but I'm just saying they had to do something to make it more friendly for him to be able to sign him.
17. So. I'll give you 17 in a third. You're not getting 20. And I really won't give you 17 because you are a
basket
plant. Case? You know what I'm saying? Well, I could deal with the basket because I think he's matured.
Well, just
emotionally,
wait.
But you're a plant away from being out with your 9th ACL.
Antonio Brown announced he's coming out of retirement playing for the Ravens. It's not even official yet. So imagine that.
I was waiting for one of us to bring that up.
It wasn't going to be me.
Oh, I have no problems. Hold on. Let me stir the pot, and I'll lick the spoon.
Not at all.
I mean, this idiot is not even paying his players in his arena football team.
Yeah,
he's got
he's
issues.
retiring.
Like he's got issues with he's got issue with one of the coaches. You know what I'm saying? Got a lawsuit with one of the coaches. Like, come on, bro.
This is how his deal's going down. He's unretiring. He went to Baltimore, said, "You're paying me so I can pay my players," and they're like, "What are you talking about, dude?
Oh, man,
Make another rap album and shut up."
That's his little concert dance. I thought he was having a seizure.
make another rap album and shut up.
Oh man, yeah. Let's not. Okay, I'm gonna make a pact starting the 2023 season off. No Antonio Brown mentions
Unless he gets signed.
unless he actually
Unless he
gets
gets
signed.
signed.
If he gets signed, we'll talk about his.
Oh man.
Hey, listen, if he runs across another field naked, we're gonna have to talk about it.
That's an extenuating circumstance.
Question: does that involve him as a player or as a fan? Because he might do it as a fan.
I was gonna say, yeah. If that happens, regardless, we'll have to talk about it.
He'll find a way. He'll find a way to get
He's
talked
getting
about.
on one of the fields.
Tom Brady didn't throw me the ball, dude. He's not even in the league.
Yeah.
All right. So, what's your thoughts on Rodgers being a Jet? Do you think he's going to understand it's going to be a lot more difficult for him to shine as a quarterback with the loaded quarterbacks in the AFC?
Go ahead, Matt.
I like him signing in New York. I think it just makes them a little bit better.
Makes who? The team or
Everybody, the
Okay.
team, the coaching staff, ownership. I mean, I'm not saying Rodgers is still elite. Last year he was a little bit down in his career, but dude, they have all those weapons now for him. I think they have a little bit of a better offensive line than what he had in Green Bay last year. Their defense is a little bit better. That division is going to be tough. The only team I would probably count out is I don't know if we can really consider Mac Jones capable of beating Aaron Rodgers yet. And you don't know if Tua is going to be healthy, but I can't wait to see, though. You got a battle between Aaron Rodgers and Josh Allen in that division for sure. And that's going to be kind of big. But I think in general, the Jets, this is a smart move for both, in all honesty.
I agree. I think that Aaron needed out of Green Bay. Okay, I think ever since Danica flipped his wig switch, he's turned into a New York-esque Joe name it type.
Why is it Danica's fault? Why could he just been that way the whole time?
She brought it out of him. We'll say that. No, I'm not saying that. Danica, you're a great woman. Call me later. We'll talk about it. But I do think that it is a very good fit between the two. Like you said, I think I was on New York's side all last year, Damon. If you recall, at the beginning of the season, I thought New York Jets were going to be something. You did say it, Matt. They do have an awesome defense in place already. They have weapons, and they do have a better line overall, I think, on offense than Green Bay has over the past 2 years, I'll say. And it is a good fit. I think he fits better in a New York City rather than a Green Bay in the middle of nowhere just eating cheese. But we'll see. We'll see. It's and major competition now, and he's not used to seeing that at this level. I'll say they're all at this level, but it's been a while since he's been in a division that's really had quarterbacks, rivals.
That's competitiveness,
yes.
so to speak.
Yep.
Yeah, that seemed like it's different in the AFC. Like I'm not trying to down you guys' team by any means, but I'm sorry, the NFC was a little weaker in areas. Like Green Bay was able to look better overall because of the weakness of some of the teams. But then when they got to the playoffs and played Cowboys and played Eagles, they had issues. But over in the AFC, their division is loaded. I mean, yeah, we don't have any faith in Matt Jones. We probably got more faith in Bill Belichick. But, it's not like it's going to be a pushover. That's just your division. But then you come out your division, and you got to go through, the Lamar Jacksons, the Patrick Mahomes, the
Joe Burrow.
You know what I'm saying? The Joe Burrows, it's crazy. And just a side note, Ben's career's numbers are better than Aaron's. His career rankings are better than Aaron's.
For right now, he's jumped over
Got
to the
more
AFC.
rings than Aaron.
Well, don't forget
I
though.
want to put it out there. Yeah, he's got more rape cases, but that's beside the point.
Mac
We're not talking about
Jones.
the past.
Mac Jones now has Bill O'Brien up in New England, which I think is going to be a big help for him. Because say what you want about Bill O'Brien can do some wonders with quarterbacks. So
yeah. So I wouldn't count out the Emperor.
Yeah.
So I got a question now. We're gonna bring in one of our regular geniuses in the sports gambling realm. He's got one hell of a nose on him, but God, we love him nonetheless. It's the man, the myth, the legend himself, Rafael Esparza. You can bet that. What's happening, brother?
I almost clicked off because you guys are talking about the NFL. It is May 3rd. May 3rd. And you guys are talking about NFL drafts and what team is. It's just May 3rd.
I know. I'm getting ready to place my bets on the Derby for Saturday.
May
and my
3rd, and
Cincinnati Reds are still, subpar.
I don't understand. I'm just waiting for someone to kneel down in the NFL so we can have a big uproar again. And I'm going to not talk about I'm going to bar the NFL just so I don't have to hear about this crap 365 days a year.
Hey,
all right. Well, come on.
This is May 3rd, and I click on here, and you guys are talking about divisions like it's next Sunday's week 3 or something.
It isn't?
Well, he missed the XFL, so.
Hey, it's XFL Championship next weekend.
Yeah, I'll be watching. We're the wife are trying to figure out what team that we're going to become fans of, and you know what I'm saying? Like we're all in. We're all in.
Well, they're changing. They're going to change the playoff formation for next year because they got so much grief this year with their playoff system. So I think they're just probably going to go with the best records. They're probably going to not even have conference. I think they're just going to do like maybe what the EPL does, just have everyone down and have
bring them all in.
Bring them all in because if you're going to have this small of leagues, you can't have conferences because sometimes you're going to have a 7-9 team in the playoffs versus a 14-3 team, and a point spread's going to be -21.
I mean, considering Arlington's 4-6 playing the 9-1 DC Defenders, you're gonna have that.
I was trying to think. I thought Raphael was actually talking about the NCAA football tournament. Usually,
well, yeah, it's not college football anymore. It's AAA NFL. I refuse to call it college football now these days.
That's a good point. I like that. So
I'm picking up what he's throwing down, and I do have my Derby, this year's Derby. Collector's decorative bottle for Woodford Reserve.
I got mine too. I have every bottle. So I already picked up mine. Did I get two? Because one I usually open and drink, and then one I don't.
How many years do you have going on like this?
Oh,
who
knows?
I started a couple years ago when I first saw the bottle. And I was like, "Ooh, that's cool."
Right.
And then, so now what I do is I'll buy that bottle, but it won't get open until I get the next year's bottle, and then that bottle will go on the shelf. But I'll drink Woodford. I'll just go get a whole nother bottle and just drink that shit during the year.
That's one of my favorites, Woodford. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I'm all in.
Damn it, now I'm thirsty. I got water right now. Damn it, son of a bitch.
You can go take a break. Go ahead.
I got tea. I got
nothing.
Yeah. So here, really quick, I want to hear, Raphael, since the AA Ron made his way over to the AFC East, what do you think that competition will bring in that division?
A little bit. I mean, but under 9.5 wins, the Jets, they're still in a tough division. They're going to win games on defense, not because of Aaron Rodgers. He's older. I mean, it's not like we saw last year with Tom Brady looking when he was a little bit older. I think his offensive line was probably better than Tom Brady's offensive line was last year, but he's still in a very tough division. And as long as concussion doesn't happen in Miami, they're still going to be around. So I'm not buying the hype of get your Super Bowl tickets and stuff like that. No, total season wins under 9.5. Give me that all day long.
Yeah, I was more
Yeah, I'm with
on
you on
them
that.
last season than I am compared to this season. I think they are going to do good, but like you said, that is a very, very, very tough division right now.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, that's
I'm
Buffalo all
I'm
day.
not buying it.
Buffalo, Miami. Miami's got that defense still.
Yeah, as long as Tua doesn't get scrambled eggs. Yeah, but he's learned how to fall and slide. I heard so.
Yeah, I'm teaching him jujitsu. See,
Yeah.
I mean, he's Polynesian, so I'm sure that his more of a 6-minute egg.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Good point. Good point.
Damn. What's going on in the gambling world lately? In NFL, in football talk, I should say.
Geez.
I stopped him. I know. He's like, wait a minute, I got 50 million things to talk. Oh, no.
You know what? During the NFL draft, I went back to some of my old emails and prop bets, like with the whole Kaepernick knee thing, like what would be the next player to kneel down and stuff like that. And I was just going back old newspaper clippings and how we're never going to watch the NFL again. The NFL's crap. It's almost like now the NFL's like drinking Bud Light now. It's the flavor of the week, and then that will fade away. And then next a month from now, Bud Light will be the #1 beer again. It just blows my mind. But it's Kentucky Derby weekend, so that's always good. We have UFC this weekend, 288 should be fun.
Hockey playoffs.
Hockey playoffs. If you're a road
Hey, they're
team.
in Newark this week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Nate's weekend, isn't it?
So it's should be
But
is Nate fighting this weekend?
No.
I think he had to pull out.
No.
Yeah.
No
He got an
bueno.
injury.
Yeah,
he has an injury. He's out.
But he needs to be on my meal plan, and he will never get injured.
Yeah,
he will never make weight.
Mohammed and
So
Gilbert
that's true,
Burns
too.
is the main event on that one in Newark. So with that one, then we have what WWE Backlash is on Saturday as well. On Saturday, you get the Canelo Alvarez fight on Saturday. So everything except the NFL Draft 2.0 or
Right.
draft.
See, that's why we come in.
Hey, we got fever
after the
preseason.
draft. We come in a week after the
and-
draft. You know why? To cap it all off, and then we move to the Derby. Okay, that's how we. roll.
We should talk about WNBA previews instead of NFL draft stuff on May 3rd.
We could do that on the other show.
Listen, Dad, listen. Yep. Hey, you remember when we went to the races?
Which one?
No, the horse race up in Shelbyville.
Where'd
you guys go to Hoosier Downs?
No, it was Indiana Downs then.
Indiana Downs. I forgot it used to be called Hoosier Downs.
No, that's the one in Anderson. That's
was that the one? There's two.
That was the one in Anderson. Yeah, we were in Shelbyville.
Okay.
One's a harness track now.
You're right. Yeah, one's a harness track. That's the most cricket. That's more cricket than third.
Oh man, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. But look, Raphael, Matt. Unfortunately, you guys weren't there to witness this firsthand. Okay, I think we tell this story every year around Derby time. This lady looked like she was having a great time. Okay, she was sparkly. She had the silver bedazzled dress on, the high heels to match. She's coming around the corner, and all of a sudden it looks like one of the heels just snaps because she, boom. We're looking, and it's like this happens literally like within 10 feet. Am I lying, Damon?
Man, it
Maybe
looked like
6.
a baby deer just first tried to walk, bro. Like she had one of them. She had one of them Mariah Carey dresses that just barely covered her hoo-ha.
Barely covered
man,
everything.
she went down and they went up.
And then she got up and tried to walk again. And the other heel, boop, snapped. I think I won the Derby that year, though.
Yeah. One of the greatest moments of my life. It was
you know what?
amazing.
You guys should have treated her like they do the horses at the Derby.
Shoot her on the ass.
Shoot her.
Get the blanket around her and put her down.
Yep.
Somebody did.
Yeah.
Sniper, 10 o'clock.
Sure.
And then you hear then you hear the announcer, "Oh, you can eat prime rib tomorrow at Indiana Downs for $4.99."
It's
Oh,
terrible.
beer was flowing that nicely that day, and it wasn't even Bud Light. So, Raphael, who do you think had the best draft in this year's draft?
I mean,
What team?
I don't put grades because these are college kids. Well, ask me that week 17. Who had the best draft?
Whoa. Hold on here. Now we're gonna get. Now me and you's gonna go toe to toe here, Raph, because you were one of those who puts those fucking forever
I
early
agree.
rankings out, and then all of a sudden you're like, nope, we can't say anything until the end of the season.
I agree.
Bullshit. I call bullshit, Raphael.
Shenanigans.
I have to put it out. It's not like I want to put it out. Sports.
Hey, I got a prop bet for you for next year. Over under 6.5 days, the show talks about the draft after the draft.
Oh, it's 2.5 months will be that because we're hearing right now. We're still hearing why did the Detroit Lions draft a running back when I'm like that?
Because he's good.
No, he's not. It's a running back. You can get a running back in the 6th, 7th free agent.
What do you think of the
bagging groceries?
The Texans move? They got the second pick, and then boom, trades with Arizona to get back-to-back picks. What do you think of that?
I like Anderson's defense. He might be one of the better defensive guys, but again, I wouldn't waste my draft picks, my money, or my wife's Amazon money to draft the Ohio State quarterback.
Go blue.
Do you think that they were going to go with Bryce Young if Stroud would have been picked first, or do you think
they said they weren't? But I don't call bullshit on that. I don't see them. I think they were they would take the best quarterback. And when I heard their rankings said Young was the best quarterback that they had. I think who had the best quarterback was Levi's girlfriend. I mean, she got all the exposure on Instagram and. A lot of people want to date her. I think the whole Levis family probably had a better
She
draft.
just got some good NIL deals going.
Yeah, she did. Boy.
I don't know if it was her or her sisters. I mean, they were all. I'm just like, did you guys pack double dresses? I mean, because y'all were G'd up the second night too. So did y'all go out and spend more money or just credit card real good? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. They all was.
I don't understand I don't understand that. Why would Tennessee to have? I know they're not. I know they're not thrilled with any of their quarterbacks right now. But you wasted all that money and all that draft stuff with your quarterback you have sitting around that you already failed. Why would you take another risk at Will Levis? I don't understand that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, at one point they talked about this guy could be the first pick. You know what I mean? But apparently he had some cocky issues. I don't know. I mean,
neither one of these quarterbacks are going to win a Super Bowl anytime soon or Hall of Fame anytime soon. Neither of them. We have a midget that went first. We have Ohio State quarterback that went second. We have
13 games in number 4.
Yeah,
I think
13 games.
13
number
games
4 who had his pass completion was my high school GPA.
And I would that because that's like a 72-9, right?
Yeah. So
I mean, like, how do you? And we talk about these quarterbacks. Only one of them, made it to the national championship game. Only one of them won it. But the guy who went back to back undefeated, he damn near goes. I'm damn near last. I mean, I don't understand why nobody talk about a guy who is proven. Like we talked about this before, Raphael. Like I don't know a guy who's proven winner. Wherever he plays, he wins. But like,
10
oh my
years
God,
the league.
You know what I'm saying? You're getting an adult when he comes into the game. You know what I'm saying? You're not drafting a kid. You're getting a full-fledged grown family man. But nobody's talking about the maturity or anything about this guy. I think Stetson Bennett is going to be so much more better. Like I think he's going to fall in. I'm not going to say he's great like Tom Brady or anything like that. I think he's going to fall into that same pattern that if somebody gets hurt, then you're going to see exactly what Stetson Bennett can do in the NFL. You know what I mean? Because we would have never heard of Tom Brady if Drew Bledsoe doesn't get hurt.
Yeah, I agree, Dad. I was actually shocked. I thought he would. I thought he wouldn't be drafted. I thought him and a TCU quarterback wouldn't be drafted. And if I was the XFL, I was probably grooming and dreaming that if Bennett didn't get drafted, put him in the league. Maybe he shines like Benucci. has done all XFL. I can guarantee you someone's going to call Benucci and maybe get a backup role in the NFL with the numbers that he's putting up there right now. I'm just afraid that Stetson Bennett might not, if he doesn't get that shot, if someone doesn't get injured, he's going to be just roaming around all over the place and not getting a shot.
Yep, I agree.
Yep.
Danucci had his chance in Dallas, didn't do too bad, and then they went with I can't think of what the other guy's name was.
Dakota?
Dak.
No, Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush. They stuck around with Cooper Rush.
They went with
That
Dak.
seems like a pretty good idea to me. Cooper Rush win games.
Oh boy.
But if I had to pick someone, I can't say the Eagles had the best draft because remember when the Raiders drafted every Clemson defensive guy that year ago and that flopped in them. So
Yeah.
I can't say the Eagles did that.
A lot of baggage. A lot of baggage. Right
So
now.
I can't say they. I kind of like what the Saints did. Kind of like what was the other team? I like Pittsburgh. I thought they drafted. Pittsburgh
I thought we
drafted.
drafted well.
Pittsburgh drafted what Pittsburgh does. They want guys that's going to go in the trenches. They didn't draft anybody sparkly. They didn't draft anyone that has a 5-piece suit and diamond bracelet necklaces on it. They just drafted guys that's going to do the dirty work and bring home ships and division titles. So
The Broderick Jones move was probably the smartest move in that first round.
So
Oh yeah, that was great because you sit up the backside of a struggling offensive line. It allows them to grow young with a young line, young quarterback grow together. I'm more like not so much the Jerry Porter pick. I like the tight end Darnell Washington from Georgia in the 3rd round. That's the pick that I really like. That's woo. Let's go. I'm excited.
If I have to give bad grades, the Commodores. What are they doing? And the Lions. Both of them too.
The Cowboys are doing.
The Cowboys.
I would say the Cowboys. Yeah, they were bad, but not as bad as Washington. They had so many needs and didn't fill any of them at all.
Could have taken Michael Mayer or Joey Porter Jr. and you take Mozzie Smith.
Right.
I think the Colts did pretty well, even though throughout Anthony Richardson, I like the DB they got from Kansas State.
You don't think that was a good one for them?
Anthony Richardson, no, because again, his passing completion is GPA in high school. No,
yeah, because you got to complete the ball in the league. You can't just Lamar Jackson is exceptional, and you don't get away with his bad accuracy. If you don't have amazing talent like that, just because you compare it to him, don't mean he's going to turn out.
What does RG3 say every time he's on TV? Yeah, you could be a great running quarterback, but that one time you get hit and that one time you get hurt, you're not the same running quarterback again when you come back.
Carson Wentz.
Nope. No, you are not. On paper, I think the Eagles did well. You know what I mean? Especially being a team that was just in the Super Bowl. Damn near won it. You know what I'm saying? For you to be able to maneuver through the draft like that, I thought the Eagles did well. I like what the Saints did. Obviously, I'm a fan of what the Steelers did. The Colts, I thought they did well. They went after needs again. Besides the quarterback, you went out of receiver. You went after linemen. You went after DBs. I don't have a problem with that. I think that's what they were things that they lack in. It kind of doesn't make a quick fix, but it gives them something that they can look forward to or maybe develop or something. You know what I mean? Something better than what they've been doing. I mean, I know that's not the ideal quarterback that Indianapolis people want, but the style of coaching, it kind of fits. You know what I mean? So with the running game of Jonathan Taylor, you never know. You never know.
And how does the Raiders not draft Hooker? I wanted a Hooker Raiders jersey to save my life. That would be the number one selling jersey in the NFL. Vegas on the front, Hooker on the back. The name, that'd be the number one selling jersey. How does Vegas not do that? That could pay for the YouTube money they have to spend for the spear in Vegas.
It's the same team that took Sebastian Janikowski in the first round. Just remember.
People laugh at that, but it was actually, if you look at all his stats and stuff like that, it wasn't a bad.
No, but
I've seen much worse. I've seen much worse drafts.
But it's the Raiders are unpredictable.
I've seen much worse than Sebastian. I wish they had him in the NFL now, because can you imagine him on the strip on a Saturday night before a game? Oh.
Oh, that is hilarious.
I don't think. I think Arizona blew this draft. I think Arizona literally just shit the bed. They didn't get really anything they needed. They traded down to a team to jump up to get a defensive player. Now that was just smart on their part, I guess, but they could have got something better than they got. And I can't remember who is Raph. You'd be first. Tell me who was their first pick.
Paris Johnson, I think it was.
I think so. Yes,
offensive lineman.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad pick, but what do you have to use him for? I mean, you could have got something better at that particular point. I thought. Then trading down.
Their top priority was making sure that their quarterback studies enough.
to take away his remote control, his PS5, his Atari, his Pong, his Pac-Man. Take away that, and he'll be all right. Hey, they got I like that quarterback they got from Houston, Arizona. Was it Clayton Tune? He's gonna gut on him. So I think he can be something you might want to maybe look for a sleeper.
I'll tell you, one thing that I am glad Dallas did do is take Deuce Vaughn, because they said he's just like Darren Sproles. Both went to K-State, both built the same, both had the same running style. I think them getting him in the 6th round, that was actually probably more beneficial for them. Everything else,
probably the best thing that the Cowboys have done, and
I think that was more emotional, a great thing than it was a really football thing.
But what helps with that, it helps Pollard out though, because now Pollard doesn't always have to be a 3-down back coming off that.
Is he going to be playing at the beginning of the season?
Sounds like he will be.
Okay.
But they signed Ronald Jones in the offseason, which is whatever.
Where's Derrick Henry going to end up?
Not Philly.
Yeah, not Philly. No,
that's a serious question. I know there was rumors at one time, before the draft actually took place, that Derrick Henry was going to make it to Philadelphia, and then we got Swift from the Lions. I thought that was a damn good trade. I'm like, all right.
He's going to Baltimore.
I can deal with it. You think?
No, I'm just throwing some shit out there.
That would not be a bad landing spot. Tampa Bay wouldn't be a bad landing spot for him. Henry, something like that, something around there.
What about Detroit? What about sending him to Detroit?
No, he won't. No, he doesn't fit their culture.
He doesn't have to fit their culture. He has to run the football.
Yeah, no. There's no way that coaching staff will like that. The Raiders could be a spot as well.
Yeah, I thought him and Jacobs could be a good one too, because that keeps them both healthy through the whole season.
Interesting.
Miami would have been a good spot, but they got that guy from Texas A&M.
Just send him to the Jets like everybody else is doing at this point.
I didn't want to say it, but it seemed like the obvious spot to go now is to the Jets.
Right.
They're the new Tampa Bay.
Wow.
That won't win.
That won't win.
Somebody like the Texans are going to sneak in. We're going to trade their entire franchise, including C.J. Stroud, for Derrick Henry.
I mean, I still say I'm 100% with you, Raph, when you said an Ohio State quarterback. I would never myself, if I was the GM, draft an Ohio State quarterback, because we've all seen what they do, and that's nothing much in the league. But I do.
I wouldn't. I hold against drafting any Ohio State player unless it's a wide receiver.
Okay, good point. We've seen the track record of running backs.
Just like you only draft Wisconsin Badger defensive guys.
What about Justin Fields though? Because I think this year he has a better chance of being a better quarterback.
Well, I think Chicago is actually doing things a little bit different and somewhat in his favor to better him, like you're saying.
Yeah, get rid of Matt Nagy.
Well,
their total season win is 7.5. We don't have that high of expectations for Chicago.
No, but
7.5 is pretty high for what they've been.
But Fields probably will statistically might have a better year this year than he did last year.
It still doesn't make him a good quarterback.
Yeah.
This makes him the better Ohio State quarterback that they've ever had going to the draft.
When I say that, I'm
For
talking
a
about
year.
Ohio State quarterback bringing home a ship. I don't care about he's
No.
better. He's got a 500 record. I want to OHIO
Hey.
have a ship.
Trent Dilfer won a championship. Why can't Justin Fields?
Trent Dilfer's defense won the Super Bowl. Trent Dilfer didn't win the Super Bowl.
He still got a ring. It doesn't
know.
matter.
Hey, if you let Trent Dilfer tell you he led that team, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's like Kurt Warner
him
and
and Joe Flacco. They led that team.
the greatest team on turf. I mean, I could have threw to those 18 receivers he had at disposal at any time.
Yeah.
And give the ball to Marshall Faulk. Run.
Did you say Joe Flacco? You mean Kurt Warner?
I didn't say Flacco.
I
Yeah,
said
you did.
Flacco.
Oh, somebody said
I said
Flacco.
Flacco.
Oh, I was going to say, somebody said Flacco. Then you start talking about the greatest show on turf. I was like, hold on a second.
I'm not that
no,
big,
I
right?
said Flacco.
Good point. Raphael, what is the – I want to hear this before you go. I told you we weren't going to keep you long. We kept you probably longer than what you expected and what you wanted to be with us because we know you love watching and sitting on the sidelines.
fun.
It's all good. But
We're fun.
what is the biggest NFL betting going on like right now after the draft? Is people looking at the Super Bowl wins, or what are they looking at overall right now?
Mostly conferences and Super Bowls and all that. I mean, because people think, "Ooh, this college kid is finally going to bring home a Super Bowl for us." No, if you think that's the case, then you guys are all smoking stuff that I want shipped to my house. But no, I think that is. I mean, even total season wins is not getting that much action right now. Like I said, people, my Chargers got an A- grade. I'm going to bet the Super Bowl now, or the Eagles are now all Georgia players and they're really good. I'm going to bet the Super Bowl. Well, keep on saying that because
we were going back anyway, so that just adds to it.
going back and getting one are two totally different things.
Oh, believe me, I understand now that I finally have one.
So, but yeah, I mean, but actually, I mean, people think, I would think now that the draft's over, NFL was actually in the back burner. No one's betting it right now. No one's, I mean, just the media that we're force fed to talk about the NFL 365 days is doing all the talking.
Yeah.
But betting wise, I mean, this is when baseball handle starts creeping up right now. Playoffs start creeping up right now for NHL and NBA. We'll see more handle and that. Like I said, Derby weekend, boxing. There's a lot of big boxing coming up in the summer. So NFL usually will take you won't start getting big NFL action probably until like maybe July, end of July, and people start bit. But right now, finally, I don't have to worry about. I'm gonna take that back. Was it May 11th? The NFL schedule gets released. Oh, can't wait.
Guess you're going to have to bring him on for that one, guys.
No.
Yeah, with the two names that everybody's been talking about pretty much since the end of the season have all taken care of their transfer papers to the Jets or their contract signing with Lamar. There's really nothing to talk about when it comes to players. Now it's just, who's showing up at OTAs and, what I mean? That's pretty much it. Right now it's.
And I'm happy for it. I mean, good.
Right. I mean, we wanted to bring you on for the last time until the actual season kicked off because this is all we do until the season.
Why? Why can't you guys do a baseball show?
No. I'm talking about
show?
the Dukes. We have all those. The Dukes.
Why can't you guys do it? You guys are lazy? Can't do a show all summer long?
Oh, I'm fine.
We were doing
fine,
the show all long. You just talked about us doing football.
There's other topics to talk about,
not the Dukes of baseball.
That's why you
Dukes of sports.
Yeah. I mean, where's Leo Messi going to play that now that PSG kicked him to the curb? Is he going to go back to Barcelona? Is he going to come here to MLS?
Well, if I was him, I'd go take my billions of dollars and go on the beach with
Saudi Arabia offered him $9 billion to go there.
He might go to Chelsea and replace Christian Pulisic because he's going to be out of Chelsea here soon.
Yep, he'll be out there soon. But which is fine. He got his experience too. That's all the Americans want.
He got paid.
Yep.
He got paid. That's all that matters.
Hey, the biggest news in football is the guy from France whose wife divorced him, and she's getting nothing. Because all of his assets is in his
mother's
mama name.
Yep,
Woo, if that wasn't the playerist shit of all playerdom.
that was good.
You get
was good.
nothing, bitch.
Don't forget Women's World Cup soccer is this summer too. You got the Women's World Cup soccer.
Yeah.
So I think
US
so.
gonna
Dukes
win.
of football can talk about women's soccer because
Dukes
soccer is
of
actually football.
football. I see. We'll change it for you, Raph. Okay.
United
see?
States number
I
one.
mean, we can
ranked.
do it.
Favorites.
We can do it. We can do it.
Favorites.
You know what I'm
USA,
saying?
baby.
I can talk. I can talk about
USA.
offsides and in the box and penalty kicks. You know what I mean?
I played it for 13 years. I can teach you a lot.
Yeah. So I can't wait. I can't wait to jump on that show.
See,
Yeah, me either.
Well, I know you're a busy schedule, Raphael, but we appreciate every moment that you give us over here at our network. So you've been itching, you've been talking about it, you've been scratching. Damon, before I go any further, Damon, do we have any more American football talk at all?
No.
Okay.
USA plus 250 to win the Women's World Cup.
There you go. I'm gonna put money on it. Derby. Let's hear your trifecta.
I don't play tries because I can't even bet. I can't even hit exactas. So I'm.
Is that kind of like a parlay then? Right? You don't play.
Yeah.
I'm going for the black horse.
I have a huge future ticket on Forte. He's probably he's gonna be the favorite in the race. I just wanted to win because I have a nice 9-1 ticket for him to win the Derby. But keep an eye out for Angel of Empire that galloped really well today. Tapit Trace,
Galloped
6-1.
really well.
That one and Practical Move that had a good workout yesterday. I think those four will probably hit the board.
I like Tapit Trace. That's my pick.
Tap it and trace it, huh?
Tapit Trace.
Oh, see, you're gonna make me do my what is this? The AB. We're doing the AB.
Man, you looked white really right there.
Really?
Just a little.
Coming
How
to a
big
Vegas strip
were
show
the-
near you.
How big were the Met Gala bets, prop bets with outfits and things of that nature?
I did it 1 year and I didn't do it this year just because I was working on so many other stuff. I got suckered into doing the Royal Coronation on Saturday. I had to do those odds. I had to do Harry Potter reboot stuff. So I didn't do anything of Gala, which was kind of glad that I didn't. Who would have thought, what's his name? Jared Leto would dress up as a cat, stuff like that. So that was interesting.
Everybody who was not on drugs.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a quick one for you. Good, this is a good question. Since hockey is now in the playoffs and Boston had that record-breaking season, how has the bets gone for your Stanley Cup picks now? Because I'm sure they were favored by a lot going into the playoffs.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were in a positive for every team, including Boston, even though we had so much money. But now it doesn't matter who wins the cup for us because it's just going to be a lot of more coin. If Boston would have won, I think would have probably ended up gaining some because people probably would have faded them in the Stanley Cup because they've been probably such huge favorites if they made it to the Stanley Cup. But it doesn't really matter. I think the lowest, if Seattle wins, I think we will win, but not as much. I think that's right. Florida, I think right now, I think the Panthers are probably the ones that we want to win.
You see, folks out there in the world, we're dealing with an odds maker, and he says "we" a lot. We means Vegas. We means you ain't winning.
It's the reason why those lights stay on.
That's the reason why your wife's got that big ass diamond, right?
Yeah.
Bling, 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 bling.
That's why
Show it off, Dan.
That's why her Amazon card is platinum.
Platinum Amazon.
See, Dan showed off his diamond. You got him. Look at that.
Bling, bling, baby.
I won't ask what you had to do to get that, but
Well,
Happens in Vegas, stays in Vegas.
Oh boy, Raphael, we thank you. Let everybody know where to find your crazy ass at.
you can find me over at dogsports.com. You can find me over at mybookie.ag. You can find me on Twitter at VSI.sports, Instagram, Raphael Esparza, and also you can bet.that.com.
The U, not
So
you,
basically,
Wild
everywhere
U.
you can find him. Everywhere.
Everywhere. He's
Everywhere.
everywhere.
He's like Kevin Hart. He's everywhere.
Get well soon, Jamie Foxx.
Oh,
Oh, yes.
Still trying to find out what's wrong with him.
What happened?
He's out of the hospital.
Well,
He did?
he's been in the hospital for the last
3
3 weeks.
weeks.
I know
Well, I
he
heard,
let,
I
he
heard
let,
that, but I thought no,
I know he
heard
had a
that
release
part.
today.
Okay.
He had a press release
I-
today. I know he released a statement today.
Yeah, I heard it was. I heard either he had a stroke. I've heard every. I'm actually
I've
shocked
heard
that no
P.
one said.
Diddy. I heard he was on P. Diddy's hit list.
Yeah,
He had a heart attack because he heard the Dukes were talking football on May 3rd.
it's probably. I'm actually shocked that they didn't say that it's something COVID. Because remember when what's his name from Buffalo got hurt to football, and all people saying, "Oh, it's because he had a COVID shot and he died." So I'm shocked that they didn't say Fox had something to do with COVID.
Isn't that why?
Give
I
it
mean,
time.
old boy from
Give it
Penn
time.
State. Old boy from Penn State doesn't have a body double.
Yep.
Take it easy, guys.
Raphael, have
All
a
right,
good one,
have a
brother.
good one,
Nice
Raph.
seeing you.
Talk to you
Holy
next week
hell.
about soccer.
No, we're going to talk about NFL just for you. What's my dog's going nuts on?
Yeah, so yeah, man, it's been fun, people. So love is
Yes,
life, life is love.
Yes, sir. Matt,
Yo.
like you mentioned, it is the NHL playoffs. What do we got crack-a-lacking over here at the network?
Well, I've been trying to keep up to date on each playoff round and some of the games. Been a little busy outside of network with my personal life. It's actually good stuff, but yeah. Thank you. But right now we got round 2 starting. Game 1 for the Devils. Hurricanes are on right now. Carolina's up 3-1. So we got probably another month of that to go. Same with basketball. I know Damon is the basketball guy, so they both go off at the same time. Just it's been exciting. A lot of upsets so far in the NHL playoffs.
Yes, there has been. And great segue to my man over
Kraken. That's who I'm rocking with. The Kraken.
It's a solid pick, I'll tell you that.
Great.
here.
That is great. The Kraken. Because it's Kraken's black. So I'm rolling with
But
the
he's
Kraken.
I mean, their colors are blue and white, but I'll give it to you.
The Kraken is black.
Not their
Black
logo.
Twin. Well, they always got to
Well,
wash
they
out the black
couldn't
guy.
say cracker, okay? That would be a little bit off, so that's why they call
Unless
it
if you
so
put
cracker.
saltine in front of it.
True.
Salt tea. Maybe salt tea.
Okay, Ritz. Ritz.
There you go. Damon, what's been going on in the hardwood?
I mean, the hardwood is exciting right now. You know what I'm saying? We've pretty much gotten to the second round of the NBA playoffs. Boston and Philly are playing right now. Boston's up 8.
Embiid is out tonight
At
in the next
halftime.
game,
No,
right?
Embiid's playing tonight. The MVP,
Okay.
named yesterday, MVP of this
Yep.
season, Joel Embiid. He was,
Yep.
I don't see why not. But yeah, I voted for him last year. But no, he's the MVP of this year. So really exciting. Great game between the Warriors and the Lakers yesterday. It's a lot of exciting stuff going on. It's hard to get to, but to check us out on State of Basketball.
Man, I
We'll
thought
get
the
into
Kings
it.
were going to pull that out. I did.
Yeah, I mean, it was rough, man. I thought it, but Sabonis folded on me, man.
He did.
Sabonis folded on me.
They did.
You know what I mean?
They did.
Hey, breaking news. Memphis had already told Dylan Brooks that, yeah, we're not coming back after you.
He's going to LA, baby. Going to
That's
LA.
what I said the same shit. I said the same shit. I said the same shit to the wife. I said, watch. LeBron do some dumb shit like that. Watch Dylan Brooks be in LA next year.
Can't talk shit on me if you're my teammate.
Right? That's exactly it. That's
I
exactly
can
it.
totally see that happening. No, I meant to ask Raphael what the prop bets of Dylan playing in the Shanghai Sharks with Dwight Howard next year.
Well, hey, you hit them up and bring them on the State of Basketball for the playoffs.
We can do that.
Yeah. A lot of combat
But this-
news going on too. Like he mentioned, boxing's crazy right now. The bare knuckle world's going crazy. The MMA scene's going crazy. And speaking of MMA, matchmaking has officially started for Southern Indiana Combat Production down in Evansville, Indiana. August 5th is the next one. November
Can't
4th
wait.
follows that. I
wait.
am looking for a damn good show this time. We were on our way, and it went like this really quick. Boom.
like really quick, like really quick, like oh my god, this shit is awesome, and then all.
Yeah, but hey, man, the kid is doing a lot better. I mean, he's still in a lot of recovery, a lot of rehab. You know, thoughts and prayers still go out to you guys. You're hanging strong. You're doing damn good for where you've been, and keep on fighting. Baseball.
Next time I'm getting in the ring, I'm taking pictures in the ring. Or, I mean, in the octagon. I'm taking pictures in the octagon.
Hexagon.
Octagon, hexagon, the cage. Okay, there
It
we
ends
go.
in a gone.
Cage.
It ends in a gone.
There you go. It is true. The baseball boys are doing some crazy stuff. You know, just a bit outside, going nuts over there in Philly world. You know, Bruce Harper's back. Everybody knows Bruce Harper. We don't know Bryce around here. We know Bruce.
Bruce,
Well, first off, they lost today. They blew a 5-0 lead and lost, but he had 5 at bats, went 3 for 3 and 2 walks.
But he had great hair.
Yeah, he had great hair. Bruce has great hair, folks.
So is this going to be the first year for in a long time, the first season in a long time for the Cy Young and the MVP to be in the same person?
Very possible.
With Shohei Ohtani. See, I didn't think the black guy was knowing baseball, but he know baseball too.
There's a lot of darker skinned people that play baseball.
Well, they normally speak a different language.
That's not. You didn't say anything about the language. You just said about the look.
The only problem with that is, at some point, he's going to have to get cold as either a pitcher or a hitter because he's not going to stay hot as both. So.
Well, we said that last year.
Look, here's my thing. I've said it for years. I understand you're a pro and this, that, and the other, but again, you are a pro. You started playing baseball at batting and fielding. That's part of the game.
That's like a two-way player in basketball.
Oh, God, I was just getting ready to say that. You learn offense and defense. You bat, you pitch, you catch. It don't matter. You play both sides. I hate the DH rule. I think it's stupid, stupid, stupid. Go Reds.
Well, I can tell you just personally, I don't think he's the MVP or the Cy Young if we're talking about it right now. But we're also only a month into the season, so.
Plenty of time.
Yep. Plenty of time.
Plenty of
Damon?
time. Yo.
It's been fun, man.
It's been real.
Welcome. And then we'll see you again. We got a lot of stuff going on here at the network, guys. Please, please, please hit that subscription button on both Facebook because we love Facebook just so much. I'm elaborated by the love of Facebook that we get and show. So show Facebook a really good love. And
we love you, Zuckerberg.
And give them a poke. Poke that like and subscribe button on our channel, on our page, and then go over and subscribe for us over on the YouTube channel. That would really help us out. We appreciate all the love.
And go ahead and poke all of our sponsors' pages on all their social medias too. Give everybody the love.
That's right. And it's elite performance. You got to become elite like me. I'm getting that. Check out new hat. Damon's got last year's hat. This just hit today, folks. Just hit today. Elite Performance and Elite Performance Solutions going crazy over there. The fighter's friend, I'm going to have to get with Raphael and give him his number and send him something good because he obviously is needing something. So BWSPORTS1 at thefighter'sfriend.com.
That's the RICO Act. That's how they catch boys on the conspiracies.
Oh, shoot. Man. I get Jesus. The One's Kitchen is going hot. He's back, folks. Throwing, slinging, the cooking all up in the kitchen of the One. Shit looks so good every day. I got to stay on my diet. Damon, I love you. I'm going to have to hit and miss on you on some food, but God damn, it looks good.
I do have the vegan Philly option as well with the chicken and the regular Philly steak options.
It's not a real Philly steak if it doesn't have real steak in it.
It's a chicken steak.
That's why it was called the chicken Philly.
Right? Chicken Philly. Yeah, I don't know why I just did chicken steak. All right, Damon, I can't go no farther.
I'm done. I got breakfast egg rolls calling for me to be dipped in some syrup. I gotta go.
That guy right there, he is the one. That guy right there, he is the source. This guy right here, he is the lion.
That's a lot.
And all together as part of this crazy world we call BW Sports 1, baby. That's right. We will see you next time. Check all the other shows going on the network. Subscribe, like, everything. We appreciate it. And until next time, we're out. Damon, what do we do?
We keep Indy and the rest of the tri-state area sporty.
She's not here. Pew, pew. And we're hitting.